U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff says Israel is ready to agree to a temporary ceasefire and hostage deal with Hamas. Now, under this agreement, half of the living and half of the deceased hostages currently held in Gaza will be returned to Israel. Witkoff is urging Hamas to accept this deal. CBS News contributor Robert Berger joins us now from Jerusalem with more on this. Good morning to you, Robert. Any response to this deal from Hamas yet?
Yes, Hamas has responded, but typically didn't really say yes or no, but they came back with a counterproposal. Now, under Witkoff's proposal, 10 Israeli hostages, living hostages, which is about half of the living hostages, would be released on day one of a 60-day ceasefire. But Hamas came back and said, well, we would release 5 living Israeli hostages on day one and then 5 at the end of the ceasefire period of 60 days. And that was quickly rejected by both the U.S. and Israel. So effectively, we're still at a stalemate. But the fact that you do have proposals and counterproposals going around has led to sort of a cautious sense of optimism that maybe a deal can be reached. And at the same time, Israel has massed forces inside Gaza and along the border, threatening a major assault if the talks break down.
Yeah, and meanwhile on the ground, Robert, tell us more about what happened yesterday at that U.S.-backed aid center in Gaza, because this non-UN food distribution plan is being criticized.
Right. Total chaos broke out yesterday on day 2 of a plan by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which is an NGO backed by both the U.S. and Israel, to bring in food to besieged Palestinians. But the distribution center, or one of them in southern Gaza, was stormed by a crowd of thousands of Palestinians, and they broke down the fence and made off with thousands of packages of food. The situation was so bad that the U.S. contractors responsible for security pulled out, and Israeli forces fired in the air to disperse the crowd. According to Palestinian officials, 1 person was killed and dozens injured. And this just points to the desperation in Gaza right now. You had an 11-week period when no food got in at all. Now, this NGO, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, has vowed to continue operations. It is opposed by the UN and other traditional NGOs and humanitarian organizations who say basically Israel is using food as a weapon of war. So whatever happens, they vow to continue, but it's off to a rough start.
All right, Robert Berger with the latest for us from Jerusalem. Thank you, Robert.